Hey you guys, it's Megan. OMG, it is so wonderful to see you. I am in an amazing mood because I had a wonderful first day of training at Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, it is my name tag. I'm so proud of it. I feel so official. I just had a wonderful day. I was with the same people for training today as my orientation group, and I really like all the people that are in my group. There's just 4 of us, so it's really nice. I learned so much. I got to ring up 2 customers, like real life human customers. It was amazing, and I feel like I was born to do this job, so I'm just really excited about it. I'm so thankful to finally have a job, even if it is just like being a cashier. I'm so thankful, you have no idea. So I'm in a fabulous mood, absolutely fabulous, and I didn't wear this obviously to my interview. I'm wearing a dress and I have like purple lips on, but the rest of my face is basically how it was. I had like no makeup. We had to be there at 8 a.m. so you best believe I was moving pretty groggily this morning to have to do any makeup. I was like, why do I have to do it? But I didn't want to look like dead like I felt. But it was amazing. I had a wonderful day. And I'm so excited. Next week will be my first like official week of work, but of course we'll be like shadowing people. Like we won't just be by ourselves. There will be someone who is experienced watching us and will answer any of our questions, but I'm really excited about. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm so thankful. I'm in a great mood because yesterday I tried to film this video. It's my beauty investments first video of this series I'm starting, and it's about makeup brushes, and I just was so uninspired yesterday. Like I was in a fog. Like I just didn't like how the video turned out. I had lipstick all over my teeth. It was horrifying, so I couldn't post it. Really excited to be filming when I'm in a good mood because my video just ends up so much better. I feel so much more excited about it, and I think that you guys really like get that feeling as well, even if it is just through a computer screen, or I watch a lot of videos on my phone. Even if it's just through a screen, I think you can feel me and understand my excitement. So, Beauty Investments new series. Really excited about it. I have a few videos planned for this series, but if you have any requests on what types of categories to do, let me know. I'm gonna give you a brief description of what I'm like thinking about when I pick the categories. So for me, a beauty investment usually means shelling out a ton of money for certain items. In the case of makeup brushes, which I'm talking about today, it's not that each brush itself is expensive. Most of my brushes are from the drugstore, and I have some amazing affordable options for you guys, and the quality is like seriously amazing, and you really don't need to spend a lot on many of these makeup brushes I'm going to show you. But in other categories, so okay, the beauty investment for makeup brushes is that you should buy a lot of various types. So that's what I was thinking of when I thought of this first video, because I really wanted to do a like sort of focus on brushes, because I think brushes are so important. Like I didn't think they were when I first started doing makeup, but now I just see the difference by having nice tools, having a nice variety of tools. So for makeup brushes, the beauty investment is buying a ton and having different ones for different purposes, and of course we'll go into that. But for my subsequent videos in this series, it might be that the price point of that item or the items in that category are actually expensive. So I am planning on doing one for nighttime serums and beauty oils, and you guys know those are basically all expensive, at least the ones that I have. So that is kind of different, where I'm gonna give you like reviews on all the ones that I've tried, try to save you some money and tell you about the oil and like pick the one that's best for you. You definitely don't need as many as I have. So I want to save you guys some money from my mistakes of buying all these different ones. But for makeup brushes, I just want a lot of, okay, we learned this in consumer like marketing. Breadth is like a bunch of different types and depth is a bunch in one category. So, for example, a breadth of something is like having a store that has like basically like a super Target or Walmart. So it has like every different category. But then depth would be like in their cookie aisle, they have like 500 types of cookies. So for me, I want you guys to understand that I think it's important to have a lot of depth in your makeup brush collection. Honestly, I think that if you have 5 pieces of color makeup, but then you have like 10 brushes or something, you will be able to transform those 5 color products in so many more ways than if you just had a few, like 2 brushes and then like 500 makeup items. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm just the crazy one that thinks that way, but honestly, I think makeup brushes are essential. So, first things first, where I store them, there's a dog going cray cray outside. I wonder if those are my Warby Parker glasses. That would be really freaking exciting. How cool would that be? Okay, while we're waiting for that, I wanted to show you guys how I store my makeup brushes. So I keep them in empty candle holders. So my face brushes go in this empty 3-wick Bath and Body Works, and then my eye brushes I put in an empty Woodwick candle holder. So a cup style sort of thing where you can keep your makeup brushes like upright, and so like these like the bristles don't get smashed down in the bottom, or like you can lay them flat if you want, but for me it's just really easy to see all of my brushes and then pick out the one that I want if they're standing upright like this. And I just keep them at arm's reach at my vanity when I'm doing my makeup. So I'm gonna start with eye brushes. Why not? I love eye makeup. For any of you guys who are wondering, the post office man was not delivering my Warby Parkers, but that is okay. So I have all my eye brushes laid out. Oh my gosh, I'm just so much in a better mood than I was yesterday. My video yesterday was so awful. Okay, so I have a bunch of different categories that my eye brushes fall into. So we'll start with the most basic, and I barely have any in this category. That is like a lay down shader brush. And I honestly rarely use this type of brush. You will see in a second how many blending brushes I have. It's ridiculous, but that is basically my favorite type of brush because you can do everything with it. But traditionally, these types of brushes that are like sort of flat and you can just like pack shadow on. So this one is from Sephora, and this is called the medium shadow brush. I got this seriously when I was like in middle school or high school. It's held up so well, it's unbelievable. And then this is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. So there's definitely a big difference in price, but also in like what these brushes do. The e.l.f. one, as you can see, is more like dense, and there's more, like you can see how much fatter it is than the Sephora one. This is a wonderful brush for $1. If you're starting out, definitely check out the e.l.f. Essential line for eye brushes. So you could just pack everything on the lid, you can go in the crease, you can really do a lot with this brush. I just don't reach for it a lot. The Sephora one I like because it is like thinner and it's more narrow, while this one is like wider. So the Sephora one I like to sometimes pack shadow on the lid, especially if I'm doing a colorful look or if I want a certain shadow in a certain place on my lid. So these definitely have a place. Having one, especially the e.l.f. one, will definitely come in handy. But for me, I just don't really use this type of brush, and I know that, so I don't buy a lot of these. But I do still have 2 in the event that I do want a shader brush. Blending brushes. Holy Lord, I have a lot. Let's see. I have 9. Do you need 9? maybe, maybe not. I don't know. If you're like me, it's not bad to have 9. I use all of these. My favorite, if I had to pick, would be the MAC 217, and I have a Sephora oval blending brush that is essentially the same exact thing. So this one with the black handle is the MAC, and this one is the Sephora. So they're like the same brush. I use them interchangeably. I love them both. They're just so awesome because you can lay down color, you can blend, you can do your crease, your outer V, you can smoke out the bottom. It's just awesome because it's like a long like paddle shape, but then it's super fluffy at the same time. So you can really blend. It's just such a versatile brush, and I know both of these are kind of more high-end price points, but I have never seen a brush at the drugstore this shape, this like fluffy type brush. If there was, I would be first in line to buy it. If you know of one, please tell me. But these are just awesome. I recommend either the MAC or the Sephora. I think that they're wonderful. Then I have these more like, I don't know, looser blending brushes. So this is what I use to do a transition color, like at my crease, or sometimes I do a crease color with it. This one is a Sephora crease brush, and it's number 230. And then this is a Sonia Kashuk blending brush. Both are awesome. I reached for the Sonia Kashuk one a little bit more because, as you can see, it kind of like goes more to a taper, while the Sephora one is sort of like splayed out, which is fine. That's how it came and that's how it's supposed to be. But I just like the precision that the Sonia Kashuk one can really get, like specifically on the edge. If I was doing like a slapdash, hurry up, or like just a really super blended, diffused look, I would use this. But I basically use these interchangeably. You only need to have one, but it is nice to have two if you don't wash your makeup brushes as much as you're supposed to, like I do. I don't wash my makeup brushes quite enough. Then I have this cool Sonia Kashuk brush. This could, I don't know if this is blending or what you really call this. This is number 116. So it's like sort of a dome, but it has like more sharp edges, but it's like that all the way around. So this is awesome for cream products. I love this brush and this Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush for cream shadows. I reached for the Real Techniques one a little bit more because it just diffuses them or like shears them out a little bit more, while the Sonia Kashuk gives, because it is much more dense than the Real Techniques, the Sonia Kashuk one just puts down more product, which can be good, but I just don't reach for it as much. The Sonia Kashuk one is amazing for a one eyeshadow brush look. So if you're doing your whole entire eye and you only want one brush, get the Sonia Kashuk one or the MAC 217. But this one is really good because you can get more specifically in the crease because it does have sort of a rounded point. I just love this. I like it for doing like a really like thick coat of color, like right if I'm doing sort of like a huge wing. You can really go over it quickly with this type of brush. I used that a lot at school when I was in a hurry, which was basically all the time, so I really do like that brush. The Real Techniques one, you can only get this in the Sam's Picks set, which was their gift set last Christmas, but they have it like permanently now as far as I understand. So this is one that you can only get in that set as of now. Hopefully they come out with it in a smaller set or something, but this is just awesome. It's perfect for cream product because it is synthetic, but then it also can do powder shadow amazingly. This is a brush that I reach for a lot if I'm doing a one shadow or one brush like look, because I don't have time to mess with all of these million brushes that I have. This is a brush that'll just blend out my cream shadow, put on some shadow on my lid, on my crease, blah blah blah. Really good brush. This is an awesome brush. I'm not sure if they sell this anymore, which would make me really sad. This is the Up and Up from Target like crease blending brush. It's so good because it's kind of like pinched at the bottom, but then it is still fluffy. This is awesome for blending out the crease or doing transition. It's similar-ish to the Sonia Kashuk blending, but more dense. I just love this brush. Like I said, I don't know if they make this anymore, but any sort of like dense domed brush would be awesome for doing like a heavier amount of blending color, or you could use this for your crease. No matter what, it's awesome. It's kind of similar to this e.l.f. brush, which is the blending eye brush. So this is them side by side. I reach for the Up and Up one more, but the e.l.f. one is definitely a great price, and this is really good if you want to get like a few e.l.f. brushes for your eye makeup if you're starting out, or if you just want to get some that are really good but really affordable. These brushes are a great set that you could buy. They come separately, but it would only be $2. This is awesome for the crease, for blending. It's just wonderful. Like, the reason that I don't think that this is the only brush you need for blending is because I do think you need a more like loosely packed brush for blending. This is more like a lay down, like specific color, while this will really diffuse the color. So there's that. And then if you guys know anything about me and my crease, you will know this is my love. This is the Louise Young LY38 crease brush. If you invest in any brush that you hear about in this video, make it this one. Invest as in spend more than $20. Get this one. There is nothing like this in the drugstore. I'm saying that, and I stand by that. I really don't think that there is anything like this at a cheaper price point. It is so wonderful. What is amazing about it is that it's pointed, but each of these brushes by Louise Young is handmade. It feels so wonderful. You definitely get what you pay for with this brush. And what's so amazing is that just the tip will get the color. And I have, like, I demo this in my Get Ready With Me that was posted yesterday, so you can check that out if you want to see this brush in action. The color pigment on from your eyeshadow will just get on the tip. And then when you place it wherever you want in your crease and you're like going back and forth or doing like circular motions, the pigment will get dropped down onto your eye from the point, but then all these like shorter bristles will do the blending for you. It is insane. This brush, I was so excited when I got it like 6 months ago. I knew it would become one of my favorites, and it still is. And she has two smaller ones, LY38A and LY38B, which are even like more precise crease work. And I want those so bad. I will be buying them, but this is a great one to start with, especially if you have hooded eyes, if you don't really have a crease, if you just find yourself having troubles doing like crease work or anything, invest in this brush. I think you will love it, and it is magical. Okay, that's all of my blending crease brushes. Then I have like sort of, what would you call these, smudger brushes, I guess. This, I have an e.l.f. one, a Sephora one, and then two Studio Basics. e.l.f., again, if you're gonna go get some e.l.f. brushes, get the eyeshadow brush, the blending brush, and this brush, which is the eye crease brush. This set will get you by, for sure. I definitely think that you should expand your collection if you get some more money or when you want to, but this is a great starter brush set, and you could definitely do a lot of different looks with these brushes. This, I think, is important to have for if you want a really specific crease like shape, or you want it really deep there. You can also blend out your bottom lash line, you can smudge on your upper lash line, you could even do your inner corner or at your brow bone. Just having a small brush like this will really like be beneficial for you when you do different types of looks. So this is a great $1 brush. And then these Studio Basics brushes are really awesome as well. As you can see, especially this one is a lot smaller than the e.l.f. These Studio Basic brushes came in a set that I got from Five Below like 2 Christmases ago. These are amazing. I threw out all the other brushes because I thought that they were crappy, but these are wonderful. So this is like an itsy bitsy version of a shader brush. So and then this is an itsy bitsy version of a pencil brush. So I use these interchangeably in the exact same way. I put shadow over my liner basically every single day, unless I'm doing like liquid liner or something. Pretty much every day I'll do pencil liner, then put shadow over it. Today I just did shadow without liner underneath, and I used this brush. It just gets right up there because it's small. You can really buff it in. It is amazing. If you can find this set from Studio Basics, get it. But if you can find like a miniature like pencil or shader brush, definitely try those out if you want to do the same kind of smoked out liner look. And I also have this Sephora one that I got the same year or the same time that I got this Sephora shading brush. This is the smudger brush, and it's basically just like a really like short, like packed full of bristles, and you can like smoke out wherever you want it. You can do like precise crease, like a cut crease. This is just a really good brush, but to be honest, I reach for the Studio Basics ones more than this. So they all serve a purpose, but I definitely like rotate through them, and right now the Studio Basics are my loves. This brush is from Sephora. This is the number 26 professional brush. This is a super specific brush for me. This is the only way I use this brush is to do my inner corner. When I do my inner corner, I might not always use this, but when I use this brush, it's always for my inner corner because you can really get right in that tear duct area and pack on a really precise highlight. I love this brush. It's not necessary, but it's the right shape and size, and it's just so small and perfect for that area. So if you want a really precise inner corner brush, or you could like do it to make like specific parts of your eye, like certain colors, you could definitely use a really small brush like this. So Sephora 26. Then for liner, gel liner is not something I use all the time, but when I do, I have 3 options for my brushes. I have an angle brush. This is by Tokidoki. It's really awesome because it's super, super thin. So you can get a super precise wing, really sharp, but you can make it really thin if you want to. So that's an awesome brush to have. Then I have this Kala Eyeliner 108 brush, which is like a standard eyeliner brush. That's just like a lot. All these bristles are just like in a line. So you could do like just a back and forth and get the wing if you want it. I also sometimes use this to go on my waterline. It's a really good brush to have. I got this from TJ Maxx a while ago, but any like liner brush that looks like this will do the trick. But my favorite gel liner brush is not a liner brush at all. It is the Secret Camouflage brush from Laura Mercier. This is designed to be a precise pinpoint concealer brush, and I bought it for that purpose, but just never used it in that way. So for some reason, I thought, hey, why don't I try this for gel liner? It is amazing because it goes to a really sharp point. You can get that point really nicely, but then it has much more surface area than like a normal liner brush does. So you can sort of like go and get that line, but then like turn it and make it flat and just fill in the whole thing. It's wonderful, foolproof. If you have this brush and you're not using it, try it for gel liner. You will be very pleasantly surprised. I think that it is a perfect brush for gel liner, but if you have an angled brush, you can definitely make do with it. So I'm not sure if this is essential, but I'm definitely like so happy I discovered that it works for that purpose. Another reason I love angled brushes is to put on lipstick, which is kind of weird. I heard this trick from X Sparkage years ago. I don't know when I heard this, but I never liked lip brushes because they're just, I don't know, they just don't work for me. An angled brush is amazing. This is an Eco Tools one. I use it only for my lips. Like today, to get the crisp edges, I put my lipstick on but then went over it with this brush. It's awesome. If you have a spare angled brush, or if you're in a pinch for a lip brush, use an angle brush. It's way better than any lip brush that I've ever tried, so love that. And then for brows, this is the only brow brush you need, not specifically from this brand, but just in general. This is the Sephora double-ended brow brush. So it has an angled brush on one side and a spoolie on the other side. So you can put your cream eyebrow products, your powder eyebrow products, and then blend it out all in one thing. Great for travel, great for everyday, just makes life that little bit easier. I love it. No matter what brand you get it from, I'm sure it will be fine. The Sephora one I've had for years and it's held up really amazingly. I love it. And then this is one that I just wanted to throw in. This is kind of a miscellaneous eye brush. It has like a comb and then like a brush on this side. Sometimes I use this for combing through my brows, not usually because I have spoolies, but I do like this side, this comb for combing through my eyelashes. If your mascara is getting old or is just like you apply too much and it's too clumpy for you, you can use one of these comb things to go through it, and of course be very careful because you don't want to stab your eye, but it will really help to just comb out your lashes and make them less clumpy. So is this a necessity? No, but is it nice to have when occasionally you will need it? Yes, it is. So this came in an Eco Tool set, but I'm sure many brands have that. So those are my eye brushes. Now we are going to move on to face brushes.